Your mind wakes up every morning already under attack, not from the world, but from your own toxic thoughts. And if you clicked this video because the thumbnail said, "Clear your mind every morning from toxic thoughts," then listen closely. You are in exactly the right place. Because what I'm about to share are no Stoic truths, the same principles this video promised in the title. Clear your mind from toxic thoughts, reclaim focus and inner peace. And these truths will do exactly that. Right now, your mind is carrying stress that isn't yours, fears you didn't create, and thoughts that don't belong to you. You didn't click this video by accident, you clicked because you are tired of waking up drowning in mental noise. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes, because this is where the clearing begins. Your mind wasn't designed to carry this weight. Right now, it's storing everything nobody else wanted to carry. Expectations that were never yours. Standards you never agreed to. Fears borrowed from scared people. And here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Most of what's happening in your mind isn't actually thinking. It's just recycling. The same thoughts on repeat. Different day, same mental playlist. But I'm about to show you the exact mechanics to clear this mental chaos. Stay with me because in the next 10 minutes, everything changes. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think the goal is to stop having negative thoughts. That's impossible. The human brain produces up to 60,000 thoughts per day. Most of them? Complete nonsense. Random mental static. But here's the key that changes everything. Having the thought doesn't mean anything. It's just a thought. The problem starts when you believe it. When that thought shows up and instead of letting it pass through, you grab onto it. Oh no, this must be true. This must mean something about me. Think of it like standing by a river. Thoughts are leaves floating by. Some pretty, some ugly, but they all keep moving unless you reach in and grab one. That's belief. That's when the thought becomes toxic. Epictetus taught something radical. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And that includes thoughts. So here's what you do. When a toxic thought appears, label it. Don't fight it, just label it. That's a worry thought. That's a comparison thought. That's a fear thought. Labeling creates distance. It reminds your mind this is just one thought among thousands. Not the absolute truth. Just a thought. And thoughts, when not fed with belief and attention, they fade. Type this affirmation. Thoughts pass, I remain. There's a spotlight in your mind. Right now, it's pointed at something. And here's what most people don't realize. That spotlight can be moved intentionally. Watch this closely because this next technique will change how you experience every moment. Toxic thoughts thrive in dark corners where attention lingers too long. That embarrassing moment from 3 years ago only has power because the spotlight keeps returning to it. But whatever receives consistent attention grows stronger. The Stoics called this guarding the mind. Seneca wrote, "The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable." He wasn't saying don't plan. He was saying don't give attention to imaginary disasters that probably never will happen. Right now, notice 5 things in your immediate surroundings. Actually see them. The color of a wall. The texture of fabric. A sound in the background. The feeling of breath moving in and out. That's attention being redirected. That's the spotlight moving from mental loops to what's actually happening right now. And in this moment, things are usually okay. Not perfect, but okay. The toxic thoughts live in past and future. They can't survive in the present moment because the present moment is just what is. No story, no drama, just reality. Now here's something powerful that most people completely miss. The body and mind aren't separate. When the body is stuck, the mind follows. When the body moves, the mind shifts. Ever notice how toxic thoughts get louder when sitting still late at night? But take a walk, and suddenly thoughts start flowing differently. They are less sticky, less intense. This isn't coincidence. It's biology. Movement changes brain chemistry. It releases tension stored in muscles. It interrupts the feedback loops that keep toxic thoughts circling. When anxiety starts building, When thoughts start racing, move. Not aggressively, just move. Stand up. Stretch. Walk to another room. Step outside for 2 minutes. Do thus jumping jacks. Shake out your arms and legs. The body sends signals to the brain. We are moving. We are not in immediate danger. We can calm down now. Feeling angry? Push against a wall with full force for 30 seconds. Feeling sad? Let your shoulders drop, then deliberately stand tall. Open your chest. Lift your head. The body position shifts the emotional state. But here's the truth that will protect your mind forever. The mind is permeable. It absorbs everything. And most people are letting absolutely anything walk through the front door. Wake up. Grab the phone. Scroll through fake highlight reels. Read about disasters. Absorb angry opinions from strangers. Then wonder why the mind feels anxious and dark. It's not a mystery. It's input and output. Feed the mind poison, get poison thoughts. Feed it chaos, get chaotic thinking. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts." So protect your mental input. Become ruthless about what gets access. Don't check your phone first thing in the morning. Unfollow accounts that spark envy or insecurity. Limit news consumption. Be selective with conversations. Some people drain life endlessly. For 1 week, track what you consume. Every scroll session, every show, every conversation. Then notice, how does your mind feel after each input? Lighter or heavier? Clearer or more confused? Then make cuts. Ruthless cuts. If something consistently leaves your mind worse, remove it. Unfollow. Unsubscribe. Delete. Walk away. Protecting your mental health isn't rude. It's survival. Now this next strategy will immediately free up massive mental space. Your mind keeps invisible lists. Things left unsaid. Decisions not made. Conflicts unresolved. Projects half done. Promises unkept. And every single item takes up mental RAM. Toxic thoughts love open loops. That conversation that ended badly 3 months ago, still unresolved, so your mind keeps replaying it. That decision that keeps getting postponed, your mind keeps circling back, creating anxiety. Make the invisible visible. Write down everything creating mental noise. Every unfinished task. Every unmade decision. Every unresolved situation. Then take action or make a decision. Even imperfect. Because an imperfect decision that closes a loop creates more mental space than perfect indecision that leaves it open. That difficult conversation avoided? Schedule it. Have it. Close the loop. That project half finished for months? Commit to a deadline or consciously abandon it. That apology needed? Make it. That boundary needed? Set it. Every evening before sleep, close at least one small loop. Just one. Build the habit of completion instead of accumulation. Here's something that will transform your entire reality. Every person is walking around with a narrator in their head, telling stories about what everything means. And that narrator is making most of it up. Someone doesn't text back. The narrator says, they're upset. They don't care anymore. Reality? Maybe their phone died. Maybe they are busy. But the story has already been written, believed, and reacted to. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." When a toxic thought appears, write down the story it's telling. Then write down just the facts. What actually, objectively happened without interpretation. Story: I'm a complete failure and everyone sees it. Facts: one project didn't meet expectations. See the gap? The story is dramatic, absolute. The facts are specific, manageable. Then create a fairer story. One project didn't meet expectations, which means there's room to learn and adjust for the next one. Now this physical action will immediately change your mental state. The space you live in affects your mind constantly. Walk into a cluttered room, the mind mirrors it. Feel scattered, overwhelmed, unfocused. Walk into a clean, Clear space, the mind settles. Focus sharpens. When physical space is cluttered, the mind is too. Every item without a place creates tiny mental pulls that add up to constant low-level stress. Start small. One drawer. One corner. One surface. Clear it completely. Organize it. Make it clean. For areas used daily, workspace and bedroom, keep them minimal. Only what's needed and what adds value. Everything else is visual noise competing for mental attention. Clear your digital space too. Uninstall unused apps. Delete old files. Turn off non-essential notifications. The mind craves simplicity. Clear the space, clear the mind. It's that direct. Here's the paradox that changes everything. The harder you fight against a toxic thought, the stronger it becomes. It's like holding a beach ball underwater. Takes constant effort, and the moment you relax, it explodes back with more force. Fighting a thought keeps attention locked on that thought. And attention is food. So fighting toxic thoughts actually feeds them. Instead of fighting, accept the thought exists. Not agreement, just acceptance. Okay, there's that anxious thought again. It showed up. Makes sense. It's just a thought though. It doesn't control me. It's just passing through. No fight, no drama, just acknowledgement. When there's no resistance to push against, the thought has nowhere to go. It appears, gets noticed, then fades. Get curious instead. Interesting. Where did that come from? What triggered that? Curiosity dissolves resistance. Here's the final truth that determines if this works or not. Everyone wants the dramatic moment, the breakthrough. But that's not what creates lasting change. What builds a clear mind? Small actions repeated daily over weeks, over months, over years. Consistency. One moment of clarity doesn't reprogram years of conditioning. Transformation isn't an event. It's a process. Choose one or two practices and do them daily. Not perfectly, just consistently. 2 minutes every morning to notice and release toxic thoughts. One open loop closed before sleep every night. Label thoughts instead of believing them. These seem small, but that's why they work. They are sustainable. They just require showing up consistently. 1 day of practice, barely noticeable. 30 days, there's a shift. 90 days, the mind operates differently. A year, completely different mental landscape. So here's your choice right now. Close this video, feel momentarily inspired, then fall back into the same mental patterns. Or take one thing, just one, and implement it today. Maybe it's noticing one toxic thought and choosing not to believe it. Maybe it's clearing one physical space. Maybe it's closing one open loop. Just one action that proves to your mind things are different now. Drop a comment right now with which practice you are implementing first. Hit that like button. Share this with someone stuck in their head. Subscribe because the conversation continues. A clear mind is possible. A focused life is possible. And it starts with one choice followed by one action repeated until it becomes your new normal. Declare it. My mind is mine to command.